I just wasn't motivated by any of the candidates.
I am going to kill you and then bring you back to life again and then kill you again.
I am going to help. I am.
Know what? They're threatening to kill me. Hey, maybe we should vote on whether or not they can do that, huh? Shh. Here he comes. Surprise!
Whoa. Hey guys, what's all this? What are you guys doing?
Well, we thought since you've been waiting a while to write your fuckbots essay, we actually would get you one for the big day.
We did. The Pleasuretron 9000? Are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah, the most advanced and lifelike sex robot in the world, buddy.
Yes!
We even got you the Silver Fox model that you asked for.
What?
Yeah.
Thought that wasn't even coming out until 2020. Silver Fox.
It's not. I know a guy over at the factory, so...
Of course you do.
Why? Do you have to...
Well...
He's speechless. Look at him. He's speechless.
Guys, that's my mom. That's my mother.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, I get it. You do you, man. That's your mother.
Nope, don't. It's not. The fuckbot, it looks exactly like my mother. Look, I have a picture on my phone of my mother. Look.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Yeah,
that's what
that is your mom. That is.
Who has naked pictures of their mom
Is
on
this
their
like
phone?
a prank or something? Did you guys special order this? What's going on?
No, we didn't. Look, we just got the model straight out of the catalog. See, it's in the catalog.
So everyone who orders the Silver Fox model of the Fuckbot 9000 is getting my mother.
Well, no, I mean, it's not. Heath, it's not technically your mom. It's not.
Cool.
No, it's just our memories.
Yeah. I'm just going to run and kill myself real quick, but thanks for the gift, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, Heath, come on.
Nope. Good guys. Tapping out.
Oh,
I quit the mom fucking.
Aw.
I mean, she's even wearing the same clothes.
Crazy, right? I was going to say.
Everyone has to earn a living. No shit.
Right?
Judgy.
Hello and welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts. Because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. I'm Noah, and I'll be the guy who talks first after the opening skit, but I couldn't do it without the guys who talk second through fifth. First up, the men who puts the toot in R2-D2, and the guy who puts the seethe in C-3PO, Cecil and Heath.
I've tried sticking my tiny appendage into locks and nothing happens.
Well, something happens. Something happens.
All right, and I was C-3PO.
Yeah.
Guess that
sweet.
tracks. My sexual style has been described as clumsy and polite, so that's good.
He can apologize in over 9,000 forms of communication. All right, so also joining us tonight, the man who puts the obese in Robo-Beast, and I was super proud of that one, and the man who puts the less proud of this one, the Tom and Tom Servo, I guess, Eli and Tom.
I mean, I feel pretty bad about letting Voltron die, but he was all the way up those stairs. So, like, what are you going to do, right?
And Noah, I put the Tom in everything that promises not to press charges. So
That's bubblegum machines included. Okay. And before we get the show going, I do want to take a second to thank our patrons, because without them, we wouldn't have patrons. If you'd like to learn how to join their ranks, be sure to stick around to the end of the show. And with that out of the way, tell us, Cecil, what person, place, thing, concept, phenomenon, or event will we be talking about today?
Today, we're going to be talking about the very, very expensive fucking world of sex robots.
Sex
All
robots.
right. Heath,
stole
you
my
have
essay.
been teasing. Well, and he's been teasing us with this essay for like a third of a year. He keeps putting up, next essay is going to be, it'll be the one after that. So, Heath, are you finally ready to make with the fuckbots?
Okay, well, I had to build to it. We had the history of sexology. We did some porn study. You did the vibrator thing. I think it's been established nicely. I've read the articles. I did market research. I conducted extensive laboratory testing, and I think we're all ready.
All right. So what is a sex robot?
It's a robot you have sex with. No, I'm surprised you didn't know that.
Well, you kind of have to, this is how it starts.
Well, according to Wikipedia, quote, sex robots or sex bots are hypothetical anthropomorphic robot sex dolls. As of 2018, although elaborately instrumented sex dolls have been created by a number of inventors, no fully functioning citation needed vague.
I love that pedant.
No fully functioning sex robots exist.
Tell that to Carl Tanzler, though.
Right? Somewhere out there, a paper towel tube engineer is just shaking his fist at us.
All right, continuing the Wikipedia definition, there is controversy as to whether developing sex bots would be morally justifiable, end quote. And again, citation needed. That is a stupid fucking controversy. It's a moral imperative.
Yeah, I mean, wait. Did we have some kind of moral dilemma where we're just making parts of people to fuck? It's like totally cool if we essentialize the human down to their literal fuck organ, but not moral when we build a fake person around it? Like, what the fuck?
It's weird philosophically.
I mean, if anything, isn't the person going to hurt sales? I mean, don't get me wrong, but I don't like lie in bed fantasizing about Alexis Texas's conversational prowess. I don't know what she thinks about the deep questions.
Maybe there's just a moral controversy around Paris Hilton and it carries over to the whole species.
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes sense.
I guess I'm stuck on that whole fully functional definition. Like, are there just teams of engineers sitting around trying to teach a fleshlight how to make a sandwich?
There we go. We found it, everybody.
Yeah, so I still have not heard any great arguments against the fuckbot. I went all around with my banner that says, I'm going to keep fucking this sex bot, change my mind, and nobody has.
They did notify you that you can't do that at the grade schools anymore. So they're
Also,
They're weird about
maybe
it.
if you had stopped having sex with at the table, more people would have come over. That's all I'm saying.
I
Take a note.
think less. I think you're trying to draw a crowd. We have different opinions on how that works. Anyway, but we'll circle back to that debate a little bit later. The philosophical debate of it all. For now, let's start with a brief history of fucknology, which is apparently an existing word. I thought I invented it just now, got excited, but super happy it already existed now that I think about it. All right, now I'm curious. Fucktastic. Okay, word. Fuck nanigans. Word. Fuck foolery. Word. And fuck fotainment. That's all word. Those were all words. Fucktastic, fuck nanigans, fuck foolery, and fuck fotainment are words. Apparently my spell check is sentient now and trying to please me like a fuckbot, I guess.
Seriously, Heath, 20% of this kind of effort directed at a human woman. It's just, honestly, man, way better. And you don't even have to clean them out afterwards. That's not your job.
Self-cleaning.
if you work at Pornhub and you don't have fuckfotainment specialist on your business card, you are fucking losing at life, man. What the fuck?
Cecil, what is the flair required at fuck nanigans? That's just how many.
You just have to have a bunch of pin-on dildos.
Yeah, I feel like one way or the other, you're not quite losing at life if you still work at Pornhub.
That's
You guys ever think about the real people that work at Pornhub? Not the 4 or 5 Toms that they have with their shirt unbuttoned down to their navel, but there's also got to be a Cecil at Pornhub, right? But everyone calls when the anal hyperlink stops working, and porn is wrecked for him, like podcasts are for us. I want to meet that guy. That's the guy I want to talk to. He's like, it's about the code.
So you were telling us about fucknology, Heath.
I was. So fucknology really began with the dildo and eventually the vibrator. And since then, we've come up with some fascinating new inventions for the purpose of orgasms. The most important of which is obviously the internet. So thanks, Al Gore. Seriously, thank you, Al Gore. Anyway, one of the earliest pieces of fucknology, other than stuff shaped like a dick, is the sex doll. These were invented as a classy version of a corpse. And They were originally a corpse, but hey, it's sex dolls, of course. Sex dolls can be an entire body or sometimes just a head, pelvis, or other desirable segment of the body. And thanks to Eli Whitney, the modern ones often come with interchangeable parts like synthetic vaginas, anuses, mouths, and peens.
Let's not neglect fists too. They come with fists as well.
I just love that image. I say, Mr. Whitney, you've revolutionized the firearms industry.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to make fuck stuff, but it's fine, I guess. Also, I think I invented the cotton gin. That was
You did. That's correct.
You modernized it. Trust me, I should have the whole thing. Also, big old racist. Let's not get into it.
Listen, he was an ancestor of mine. He invented
All
that,
right.
whatever.
All right, so when do the sex dolls first come about?
So some of the first known sex dolls were invented by Dutch sailors back in the 1600s.
Dutch sailors was the Vegas favorite, yes.
Yeah. And it looks like seamen from France and Spain were eventually making these too. They were referred to as dames de voyage in French or damas de viaje in Spanish. And they were originally made of old clothing sewn together into fuckable shapes.
I am very curious as to what fuckable shape means to each of us.
Also, before washable plastics, fuck dolls sound like a one-use item. You know?
I don't know. It's like a cast iron pan, you know? You keep adding oil and salt. You don't have to wash them. They get better. They season.
Scrubbing out the hole.
You got
You got your Brillo pad. You just going to work in there.
Add breakfast foods. It's fun.
I mean, otherwise, there's just like some burlap sack thing with like 14 holes in it and some guy turning it around and around like, nope, used. Oh, very used. Whoa, definitely used. Okay, after I fuck this other sailor, I got to stitch me up a new fuck cloth.
And by the way, fun fact, the Dutch sailors were actually selling some of these cloth and leather sex dolls to Japanese traders during this period.
Of course, the Japanese bought them. Come on, people.
Yeah, but the Dutch had to invent the vending machine first in order to.
Oh, I see.
And
Get stuck in there, and there's a guy trying to push the thing. He's tilting it back and forth, hoping he could get the Pepsi on the way down, too, you know?
Some guy walks up like, hey, what do you got stuck there? Nothing, whatever.
fucking E5 is broken.
E5. Yeah. He's straightening his dollar on the side of the machine. trying to get it in there.
Sticking his arm all the way up in there. Yeah.
That's when he gets it
so-
out of the machine.
And by the way, this is actually where the term Dutch wives or Dachi waifu comes from. And it's used in Japan to describe sex dolls even today, especially the cheap ones. This era in history, by the way, was known as the Rangaku period in Japan, which translates to Dutch learning, and was a time during which Japan was almost entirely isolated from other cultures, except apparently for what they learned from Dutch sailors. And this actually explains a lot about Japanese culture, now that I think about it. Especially the amazing weird sex stuff, the racism, and the getting away with racism somehow.
That's why they call it the getting away with Nanking.
And when these things, you know, when you have one of these like fuck sex and they come with more than one hole, you could bring a friend or double Dutch on it. That's
Yeah, the priests prefer Dutch boy, lesbians too, but really anyone that'll stick a finger in the dike. So.
Tom doesn't know any lesbians.
All right, so when do fuck dolls start to evolve into the classy versions that we have today?
Yeah, so everyone was working with homemade fabric sex dolls for a while, but as we got into the early 1900s, people finally started taking this seriously, like they should have been this whole time. Nothing against the fabric thing, to be fair. We've all, fucked the space between the couch cushions plenty of times, but
Nope.
okay.
No.
Okay.
What? No.
No.
Chafee.
Well, you chose the wrong couch, but point being, At a certain point, you want to see us explore our human potential. No, like a good, like a suede,
like a microfiber,
like a microfiber. Yeah. I like when the suede goes again when you go against the grain.
Does the couch lubricate? Like, do you have lubricated couches? This seems...
You're such a rich guy. This couch will not lubricate. Throw it away.
Who fucks a couch? That's what the servants are for.
You can have them warm it up for you. Like we were talking about the cast iron pan. There's a lot of different types of lube, Tom. Anyway, I'm just saying that at a certain point, you want to see us explore our human potential and really go for it. And that's where the French start really taking over the industry and actually manufacturing and marketing realistic sex dolls. According to a guy named Ivan Bloch in his book entitled The Sexual Life of Our Time, some of the first realistic sex dolls were being made as early as 1908. He wrote the following in that book, quote, "There exist true Vaucanson in this province of pornographic technology." Vaucanson was the guy who invented the first automatic loom, by the way. Yeah, duh. Continuing, these are clever mechanics who, from rubber and other plastic materials, prepare entire male or female bodies. More especially are the genital organs represented in a manner true to nature. Even the secretion of Bartholin's glands is imitated by means of a pneumatic tube filled with oil. And by means of fluid and suitable apparatus, the ejaculation of semen is also imitated. End quote.
Okay, use all the fancy words you want, Ivan. You're still admitting you just fucked a balloon for your paragraph. I mean, it's only so smart you can make that sound.
You got to wonder, though, is there a guy that thought that was too weird? Who was like, hey, I'll fuck a rubber shell all night and day, but I don't need it coming up my ass. You know what I mean? You guys have lost a customer.
I love they like included a sex doll that's both realistic and then which comes because like God forbid you build a sex doll and leave out the wet spot. Yeah. That's great engineering.
By the way, is that like a positive moment for the receiver? The ejaculation? Does the receiver experience pleasure at that? Another big moment in the history of sex dolls happened during World War II. In 1940, Heinrich Himmler sent a memo to Adolf Hitler warning about the major syphilis problem among the prostitutes of Paris. In response, Hitler ordered the production of sex dolls to send to his soldiers so they could put their dick in something without getting an STD. And
yet people always focus on the bad stuff with him.
Yes. So this was known as the Borghild Project. But it ended up failing because the German soldiers didn't want to get made fun of in the event they were captured with a fuck doll. One other detail, this whole thing was actually deemed to be a hoax about 15 years ago by some nerds who suddenly have giant houses in Argentina.
Yeah, internet, we don't need any more dirt on the Nazis. They killed 6 million Jews. We don't need an added convincer about how many balls they had. It's okay.
Did they kill 6 million Jews, though? I mean, I'm just asking questions.
Do we really know?
I'm just asking questions.
Please, that's Heath's next essay.
Some guy like carrying around their sex doll like, blam, looks, missed me. Oh, and a new hole in the missus. Everything's coming up, Franz.
So, yeah, speaking of Germany's role in sex doll history, and this one is 100% real, Barbie was based on a sex doll. It was called the Bild Lilly doll and got launched in Germany in 1955. Lilly was originally a cartoon in Bild magazine, who started as a drawing of an unruly baby, but got morphed into a sassy, gold-digging floozy character.
Or, as we call that today, low-hanning.
This eventually got turned into a slutty plastic fashion doll marketed to men in Germany as a sex toy. And guess we're learning a lot about German culture today, too. Anyway, the rights to Bild Lilly were purchased by Mattel in 1964, and Lilly became the inspiration for Barbie. That creepy German sex doll became the prototype for the female body image that millions of American kids learn from early childhood.
Huh. An Amazonian, tiny-waisted, childbearing hip, balloon-tittied woman effigy was originally a sex doll. Color me surprised, man. Fuck.
I don't know, man. I don't buy it. Came from Germany and the doll doesn't even shit on you? Doesn't add. It just doesn't add.
You could still work shit into it. The doll doesn't do it, but there's ways. Anyway, one other fun fact about the sex doll history. It was a shipment of sex dolls into the UK in 1982 that eventually ended a ban that dated back to 1876 on importing obscene or indecent items, even if they're legal in the UK. So that's a fun thing that happened. The sex dolls got seized by Royal Customs, but lawyers for the importing company, wearing their formal mullet wigs that they have, successfully argued that frictionless fuck doll commerce in the European Union is protected under the free trade provision in the Treaty of Rome. So they had to let him do it.
Oh my God, I want to meet the guy who remembered to keep that paragraph in, right? Meanwhile, you got guys over at Royal Customs all sweating over a loofah going, guys, I didn't think we'd have to give them back. I am so sorry.
Okay, so moving ahead to the modern day, where sex dolls have become a thriving industry over many parts of the world. In China, it's thanks to the one-child policy. Like, seriously, look it up. It's tragically, that's related. But everywhere else, it's almost entirely thanks to some major improvements in manufacturing.
Yeah, once we stopped basing our fuck dolls on unruly babies, the industry took off.
Side note, the Chinese sex doll factory is called Boxcon.
See, now you tell me, Cecil, because I got a little mixed up. Thought that was finally a convention I'd be interested in. I am not allowed back in China. That's not for me.
So who wants to know about today's sex dolls? You guys excited?
Virtually everyone.
Yes.
Everybody does. Excellent. So today's sex dolls come in a range of style and quality. At the low end, you have the vinyl blow-up dolls that you'll see at Spencer's Gifts or being worshipped as a deity when they float up on shore in remote villages of Indonesia. That's
True story.
That is absolutely a true story. Correct. These ones cost about $30 if you've been saving up your rewards points. But on the high end, you have dolls made of silicone meant to simulate the look and feel of real human flesh. These models often have fully articulating skeletons that allow a wide variety of positions, and they can cost thousands of dollars. Used ones are available on Craigslist also for less money, but it turns out they are not worth it. Just trust me on that.
Right. The ones you get at Spencer's Gifts are like an old Nintendo cartridge. You got to spend 10 minutes blowing into the thing just to get it to work, you know?
10 minutes blowing in it to get it to work. So they're all over 42? Yeah.
I don't want to be this guy, but I don't understand why people would spend thousands of dollars on a lifelike vinyl doll when you could kill yourself for free, right? That's free everywhere.
Christ.
They have to let you into a tall building.
All right. Also worth noting, there is a mid-range in the sex doll market, but it's a weird place to be. You're already dropping a couple $1,000s of expendable income on a fuck doll. And at that point, you might as well go with the luxury model. It's just weird that you wouldn't.
Yeah, like a prostitute.
So, according to the sex doll buyer's guide that I consulted at siliconwives.com, here's why that's weird to go with the mid-range model. Quote, the material...
Hold on. You're going to read us something from siliconwives.com.
Yeah.
And you're going to explain why something's weird. Okay, I just want to, okay, continue on.
You guys are being weird. Quote, the material of mid-range dolls is going to be either low-grade silicone or thermoplastic elastomer, or TPE. If silicone, it probably won't be platinum cured, and therefore will slowly leak its oils over time, becoming dry. You don't want
Like
that.
an actual wife. Okay, no, I get it. Yeah.
And TPE isn't as lifelike when used to mimic the real feel of a real woman. It's also more porous than silicone, So over time, it'll absorb more and imperfections will begin to show. Stains, watermarks, etc. End quote. That's your
I just want to
mid-range.
remind everybody that paragraph started with the words "also worth noting."
Yeah.
What do those words mean to you, Heath?
I think we've all learned something. I think we've all learned some interesting information about the market.
How embarrassing, though, would it be if you invite your friends to come over and you have to explain your sex doll's discolored face, you know? Water spots or whatever on there. Embarrassing, my God.
She's got lupus. It's not.
Some guy's like, honey, you're crazy. You don't look like your plastic is cracking at all. You're as beautiful as the day I opened your box.
Okay, but to be fair, very few women are as beautiful as the first day you open the box. So
All right. So, one other detail that I have to mention is the following exact sentence. Yes, I absolutely do. This exact sentence from Wikipedia. Quote, some sex dolls are made in the form of animals, most notably sheep and cows. Why are those the most notable? No fucking idea. Continuing the quote, these dolls,
some guy's got a zebra one. It's like, whatever. Don't even. It's look
not very
away.
notable.
Okay, it's not even.
Boring. Boo. Do you have any sheep or cows? Great. So, continuing the quote, these dolls are more of a joke gift or party novelty and are often not suitable for sexual use. End quote. I'm going to repeat that last part. Often not suitable for sexual use. Often.
Makes you wonder what both often and suitable mean to Wikipedia, right?
Yeah, I don't buy this either. Like, I have thrown a lot of parties. I have been to a lot of parties, and no one at any of these parties has ever broken out an inflatable fuck sheep. And anyone telling you that they are buying this gag gift for a party is lying to you.
Brought this fuck zebra. Get the fuck out. Boring. Boo. Not notable.
There's 3 people riding the fuck giraffe in the corner.
Sex doll technology, it's obviously moving very quickly. But the biggest new improvement by far is the potential to transition from sex doll to fully interactive fuckboard. Also an existing word. Wow.
Oh, shit.
My spell check is awesome.
All right. Well, while we search for a portmanteau of fucking and machines that isn't already coined, we'll pause for a little apropos of nothing.
Okay. My turn. I spy with my little eye something blue.
Is it water?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. That's the 15th one in a row. New rule. No using water.
All right. I've got one. Okay. I spy.
Or boats. No, you can't. No boats
All right. You
also.
didn't say that before I said that.
I know I've said it.
All right. Hear me out, then.
Oi?
All right, no, that's stupid.
We've been on this boat for a month. Anything.
Okay, all right. So what if What if we tied some of the ship's rags, like, together in the shape of a lady and then fuck.
What?
Seriously?
Yeah, see, I knew you guys wouldn't like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. What reaction were you hoping we would have had? Let's take turns fucking our clothes, everyone.
Never mind, okay? Never mind.
All right. No, I've got one. I spy with my little eye something blue.
Is it the ocean? Didn't we say not?
Yeah, no, you said not water. It
We
wasn't
said,
specific.
okay, that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the rag thing.
Yeah, I'm in.
Why not?
I go
Why not?
first.
Sounds good.
Yeah, rag thing.
Me too.
Oh, I'm thinking rolled up socks for boobs.
Yes, amazing. Yes.
Honk, honk.
And we're back where we last left off in this essay about sex robots. We had yet to mention sex robots. So, Heath, the question on everybody's mind. Well, yeah, you mentioned the words, but when will my doll be able to fuck me back?
Okay, good question. So obviously the big new focus is on how exactly to make a sex doll interact with you and therefore become a desirable sex robot. And we've already seen a few different producers taking a shot at this. One of the first examples was a sex doll called Roxy with 3 X's, who debuted in 2010. And Roxy has the ability to speak with you using...
Already lost me.
Okay. She uses recorded phrases that are cued by your conversation or by your physical contact with her sensors. In case you're curious, Roxy has dark hair, wears a negligee, and she's connected to a laptop and speakers through wires in her back. So basically just a Teddy fuck spin. But
If she has a little hair down there, is she a Furby then? Is that?
Oh.
so
You get the
according-
Japanese one. It's called Feeding the Tamagotchi. It's like a whole...
So according to Douglas Hines, the inventor of Roxy, he's working on AI that would eventually simulate a personality that you could actually relate to. For example, he's a big soccer fan, and Roxy can already discuss Manchester United, his favorite team, in pretty good detail.
Yeah, but how's her ball control? That's the real key.
I just love that the sex doll industry has hit the same wall as third marriages. Like, I mean, who knew eventually you'd have to stop fucking and talk about something? Let's get some speakers.
How the fuck? I was talking about sports being confused here with fucking me back. Like, that is not fucking me back. Like, get the thing to moan and move its hips and get a little grabby. Not this shit. What am I going to have lunch with its mom later? This is fucking me back.
All right, so here's a quick little backstory on the creation of Roxy. According to Douglas Hines, he was inspired to build his sex bot after a friend of his died in the 9/11 attacks.
I'm 100% with you.
Anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess how he's going to connect those dots?
No need.
Correct. No was the correct answer. So apparently the death of his friend got him thinking about how to preserve someone's personality because he wanted this guy's children to have a chance to interact with their dead father. Fuckbot. Apparently.
Daddy would have wanted you to fuck him in his vinyl ass, though. I mean,
Here's the amazing thing. What must have happened in some form in this dude's mind was, I mean, I could punch a bunch of pre-recorded phrases into a doll that looks like him, but that's creepy. Fuck doll. Let's go with fuck doll.
I mean, everybody focuses on the bad side of 9/11, but so much good has come. So much come.
So according to Hines, he was also thinking about making a robotic healthcare aid for older people. But there was too much red tape in that, so he started looking at other markets. And then he yelled out, "Fuck bots," and immediately stopped looking for other markets. Since then, he's created Roxy and also a number of newer variations with enhanced personality traits, selling for about $8,000 each. Again,
Jesus.
not worth it. That's like 1.3 bitcoins in robot money. Just keep listening. We'll explain why $8,000 is not worth it.
I love that you feel the need to convince us that spending $8,000 to fuck a bald Furby isn't worth it. Yes, very, very, but don't answer yet of you.
$8,000 fuckbots should just be a unit of monetary measure. The poverty line in the United States is 2.817 fuckbots.
For $8,000, you could spend like a month in Thailand. Like, I'm guessing most people aren't warming up their credit cards yet for their own very own dishwasher-safe girlfriend.
No way I'm putting $8,000 on any of my credit cards anyway. So, another innovator in the world of sex bots is a Spanish engineer named Sergi Santos. He came out with his prototype named Samantha in 2017 and set up the artificial intelligence so that she needs to be correctly wooed in order to respond with positive feedback.
Oh, hey, guys, can we take a quick break? I'm going to go home and kill my children so they don't have to live in this future.
Yeah, so Santos, who is 100% in deep, passionate love with the robot he created, claims that Samantha likes to be kissed while putting his finger in her mouth. Everyone please leave. And she's programmed to enjoy a bit of subtle romance at first, before getting more comfortable with a person, and then eventually desiring sex. Once she's in sexual mode, she responds to touching of her hands, nipples, and G-spot. And apparently it's set up like a game with a final objective of giving her an orgasm.
Yeah, and if you wiggle her clit up, down, left, right, nipple twist, donkey punch, she shoots quarters out of her vag. It's like a slot machine.
And then 30 guys show up and fuck her.
Suddenly the German gangbang in here.
Okay, Sergi, this is not nice. Hey, guy who had to buy a robot in order to have something to fuck, are you looking to try to make someone come? No? That's why you bought the robot? Well, too bad. Here's another way to fail. Did I mention
over.
Suicide is free?
Like, we are going to know the Turing test has been passed when one of these robots finally calls the company to see if it can return itself.
All right, so now, is Silicon Mannequin with Siri built into it the best the industry has to offer?
Okay. Weirdly condescending tone about this amazing thing, Noah. And yes, that's pretty much it. But let's be positive because that's awesome. But the pinnacle of the industry right now is getting really good at Silicon Mannequin with Siri. And of course, I'm talking about the Real Doll Company, which is basically the godfather of the modern sex doll.
Longer than you remember.
No matter how many times you've seen it.
Yep.
So you never prepared for that.
Still going.
So the Real Doll Company, they're the ones who made the doll that Howard Stern was fucking during a show back in the 90s. And their new robot division called Realbotics is doing some amazing stuff. So I headed over to their website and took a look at their FAQ page. Here's some of the highlights. Question 1. What is Realbotics? Answer. The purpose behind the project is to create an illusion or alternative to reality when it comes to a relationship with a doll. They'll be able to listen, remember, and talk naturally. They'll have lifelike features, warmth, and sensors that react to touch. When interacting with these dolls, we want users to ask themselves, what is she thinking?
I feel like if the customer was in the habit of asking that particular question, they wouldn't have to fuck dolls.
It's not that these guys don't wonder what women are thinking, Noah. It's just that they're afraid of the answer. So.
All right. Question 2. What made you come up with this idea?
We have
Answer.
penises. I know this one. I know this one. There's a thing that we couldn't fuck yet.
The answer from their FAQ, the Real Doll started as a concept for a hyper-realistic posable mannequin. And then everyone wanted to fuck the mannequin. So we put holes where people were already tearing the holes in the mannequins. And now we're making it think. It's a mannequin.
Follow-up question. Can you talk to a mannequin without holes? Is that
Follow-up answer, yes. She can even play Pepper Potts. Fun fact.
Gwyneth Paltrow's stupid. Okay, question 3. Will Realbotics fitted dolls have sensors or other accessories? Answer, yes. They're going to have touch sensors, accelerometers, which is my favorite part.
slap the shit
I
out of
really want to know how they're going to use the accelerometer.
Faster, slower,
also-
faster, slower.
Also, internal heaters and even teledildonics,
No.
which is also a real word, which is a technology which can be used to remotely control sex toys.
Yeah, and
Seriously.
And Tesla is developing an autopilot engine that'll have the sex bot ask you 30 times a day if you remember to scoop the cat box. So it's going to be seamless.
Right, but it was developed by Tesla, so most of its catchphrases are just Nazi dog whistles. It's not great. It's a lot of like, I just want to have a white baby. I just want to have a white baby. It's a whole thing. The media.
All right, just a quick reminder, a little PSA that there are actual human women in the world who also have touch sensors, and you can fuck them often for less than $8,000 up front. And like pretty much all you need to do is to have good hygiene and learn to have a decent conversation, maybe crack a joke or two. Oh, and eat pussy like you're trying to win a gold medal. That last one is crucial. That one is crucial.
All right. Also from the FAQ page, question: what is the anamagnetic head? Answer: this is fantastic. It's a robotic head that'll have animated facial expressions and animated eyes that'll move and blink, along with a mouth that lip syncs while speaking, all housed within a head that tilts and rotates. Cecil is
This
nodding
sounds terrifying.
vigorously.
No. Oh,
that's a no.
No. That's
You're
not
smiling
a nod.
a lot.
That is not a nod. That is a shake of a head. And that is me backing slowly away from my monitor. That's what that is.
All right. Continuing that answer, by the way, it will feature an external smooth silicone face that can be detached from the hard plastic skull and exchanged for different faces, allowing multiple characters.
Yeah, and her vagina is called the Uncanny Valley. So
I want to be in that planning meeting. Just some guy, dude, what's the worst part about bitches?
You can't remove their faces.
Can't remove
right?
their faces, exactly, bro.
I want her face.
We shouldn't have killed
off.
ourselves.
And following the answer about the disembodied skin mask compatible robot face, they obviously had to deal with the next question. Can I purchase only the robotic head to use with the doll I already have? Answer: yes. And of course, the next question after that: can I purchase only the robotic head?
Oh, no.
Answer: yes. And one last example. This one's my favorite. Do you think an AI real doll will ever be able to love us back?
No.
Answer: that's the goal. It's
Oh,
our
God.
thinking that if one feels loved, then one must be loved.
Jesus. Follow-up question. After I fuck this robot head raw, can it write my midterm on Cartesian philosophy?
There's just some guy waiting for his Realbotics package, sees it being delivered. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Gwyneth
If not,
Paltrow's
it'd be a
head.
hell of a wasted
Yeah, it's Gwyneth
opportunity,
Paltrow's head,
right?
Actually, there you go.
I have to say that last question took this episode from funny to sad super quick, though,
I'm
didn't
gonna keep
it?
rolling in that direction.
Yep, that's when this episode got sad. Nolan. That's not when he took 6 months to write it.
I was doing the research. Like I said, I was doing a bunch of research on the FAQ page for science, but then something happened. It was something on my computer, and like my mouse started moving around, and so it clicked. I ended up on their page where you customize and build a Realbotics integrated real doll named Harmony. And at that point, it felt rude to leave. It felt rude to navigate away. So I filled out the order form. And here's how that worked out. And I put up a link if you guys want to follow along. There it is right there in the notes. You guys see it?
Oh.
All right, great. So just shout it out if you don't like any of my picks, if you have any opinions.
Oh, great. There goes my Facebook ads. I just got one from Cambridge Analytica. Nice.
Mine stayed the same.
Mine stayed the same.
Yeah.
All right, so for those of us unwilling to follow that link, no matter how many times you disguise it in different ways, Heath, tell us, what did you go with here?
So I got the full body, obviously, with body type D and cocoa skin. It felt racist otherwise. I don't know. I felt weird. For the eyes, I went with the hand-painted custom version because I'm not a savage in volcanic sunburst for only $350 extra. Also, the hand-punched eyebrows for $450.
Fair. I mean, the eyebrows make the look.
They
so.
do, absolutely. And the custom premium makeup style for another $450. I was able to upload a photo of some very sloppy makeup for them to work from, so that was a nice feature. I like sloppy makeup. Okay, I'm the only one who likes sloppy makeup.
Like she's bad at doing makeup?
Yeah, or drunk at the time, or both. Either
Or
way.
you just came across her in a bush somewhere.
Cool.
She's trying to crawl out,
See, all of the
weeping.
above, Cecil. Yes.
What do you guys
Well,
want to do
wait.
for a living next?
Weeping.
I'm gonna work at a toy store.
Back away from the weeping part, but everything else. Okay, so for the hair, I went with the Harmony X Premium style. That was an upcharge of $150. For the breasts, I got the custom nipples for only $99 more. Thought that was a good deal.
Yeah, because stock nipples. Am I right? Gross.
Right.
Yeah. They actually had 24 options on that, on the nipples, which was admittedly daunting. I couldn't decide between Perky 3, Quarter Dome, and Mini V Puffy. Are you guys looking at it right now?
No, I'm not.
Those are my three favorites.
Nah, never, ever.
I wish you guys wouldn't
clicking on
lie
that
about
link.
the links that you were clicking on. Anyway, so I went with my first instinct. I got Perky 3. Not that you guys care.
I want to just throw out here, you could probably save a lot of money and, get punched eyebrows in a woman from, say, Boston. You know what I mean? Like that would be, they'd save a bunch. I also want to point out too that the nipples on the base model are like really high on the chest, like where a gangster would have a tattoo commemorating a murder or something.
By the way,
Crazy.
I did click this link. This website is a fascinating journey into the mind of the people who work at this company. They have 24 nipple options and one face.
That's how they get you on those robotic heads.
Woman.
And he wait until the personality options come online. Like, how do you think that's gonna go?
Speaking of which, for the vagina, I got the removable option instead of the permanent. Removable just seemed easier for maintenance. I just
Okay,
feel like it was
okay, no.
obvious.
What the fuck, man? Why do you get the fucking vagina you can't take out and put in the fucking dishwasher? What do you do with that? Do you Febreze it or something?
So I've eaten off your dishes, Cecil. This is making me super sad. It's just like, here, have some pizza, put it on a plate. I'll just put it on this plate here. Sure, it'll be fine. Wash.
He made his breakfast in a cast iron skillet, too. So,
You should have saw I was storing in a big rag that I had fucked holes in earlier.
by the way, on that vagina, I went with the Kehlani style with a small tuft on top for an extra $100. Custom freckles were $450. All the piercings were $400. 5 years, $400 for the piercings. Is that unreasonable?
How many piercings?
The full complement. I think it was, you had the ears, you had a nose, maybe, hood and clit, I think.
Oh, well, that's way cheaper than Jade Dragon. So yeah, absolutely.
Right. No, it was
yeah.
a good deal. It was a good deal. I also got 5 years of VIP access at Club Real Doll. That was only $280. Thought that was a good expenditure. Pleasure Lube, $7.50. They had a couple other options. Pleasure seemed like the most pleasurable. And it's weird that they would have other titles when that was one of them.
That itching lube doesn't sell well. That's a weird one to have included.
Red Hots. You just want to stay away from that one.
I noticed you guys are selling Displeasure Lube. Is that going well?
Fire ants. What does that one feel like?
If you get the male one, you can get the Ben Gay. That's awkward. but-
So, got the lube, yeah. And by the way, the medium transgender converter option that I also got was $499. That's a dick, just to be clear. They offered a medium size erect dick or a large droopy one. Happy with my pick. And all that was left at that point was a doll stand for $375.
Yeah.
And the cleaning kit for $25. Honestly, I wish that had cost more.
Is that just a bottle brush? What is that?
Yeah, exactly. I wanted that to be like half the price.
Yeah, you want them to include a power wash, right? Like that's what you want. You want like a water pick or something. You need something to get in there. Hard to reach areas, Heath.
That's sandblaster or
that's the
something.
key.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a grand total of $14,000.
What?
$14,448. So head over to patreon.com/citation.
The poverty line is 1.56 tricked out fuckbots. So, yeah.
By the way, we skipped over it, but in case you're wondering what Club Real Doll is, it's a forum where you can talk to other dudes about their real dolls and
Exactly.
post pictures of your real doll.
Yep.
Post your suicide note. It's worth it, is what I'm saying. Go for it.
Oh, finally, the social media that's right for me.
And by the way, we've been focusing on the female body sex bots so far, and that is the vast majority of the market right now. But you can definitely get male body sex dolls and sex bots too. For example, at Real Doll, for whom I'm crushing it on this unpaid ad and definitely deserve some store credit. In their section for male dolls, they offer a wide variety as well. But overall, the range of customization was not as interesting as the female section. So it seemed like more fun for us to run through the options with Harmony, the female one. One exception, though, was the custom penis, which is available in more options on the male doll. It was available in small, medium, large, extra large, and limp.
What?
I know people can find an emotionless dude with a limp dick for free. Trust me, I know.
I'm pretty sure most women can find an emotionless dude with a hard dick for free, too. I mean, dick is cheap. That's what I'm saying. Dick is
Pretty sure women aren't buying the male fuck dolls also.
Sexist.
Sure things.
Assumption.
Yeah, and in terms of their pre-configured male bodies at Real Doll, my favorite was definitely Nate 3.0, in case anybody's curious, and he looks exactly like Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver.
Oh.
So if you're into that, they got one ready for you.
So when you lay down to fuck it, does it play a sanctimonious voiceover?
It's an anti-vaxxer for a little bit, but then you talk it out of it. All right, so now you have some ideas.
It's fucking Gwyneth Paltrow's head. And I knew I shouldn't have ordered Pepper Potts' head. The fuck was I thinking?
So now you have some idea
This one
of
came
the
with
options.
a jade egg already in it. That's weird.
All right, so now you have some idea of some of the options available to the modern idolater. That's a real term, by the way, for big fans of the Real Doll, the idolater.
Idolater.
Now, before we wrap it up, I wanted to circle back to the philosophical arguments surrounding the emergence of the sex robot. First of all, quick vote. Are you guys pro-fuckbot right now or anti-fuckbot?
I am pro. Don't tell me about your sex life. That's where I am. Pro that.
Okay,
So pro.
I'll throw out a curveball here. I'm pro perfect Westworld fuckbot. I'm anti literally anything else. Go big or go home. And jerk off is my thing. Go home and jerk off.
Yeah, I don't see how this isn't still just jerking off into something.
It's very expensive, Tom. I don't know if you...
No, I was waiting for this episode to finally take its philosophical turn. Hash this out for us, Heath. The morality
I will.
of sex bots.
I will. I'm excited to do that. So, in terms of the arguments in favor of advanced AI sex bots, one big proponent is chess champion cum sex author David Levy, who wrote a book called Love and Sex with Robots. He is very optimistic about the whole field. During an interview with Newsweek, he said, "I believe that loving sex robots will be a great boon to society. There are millions of people out there who, for one reason or another, cannot establish good relationships." So, any thoughts on that? You think it'll be positive?
I agree. Jordan Peterson fans need love too. I think that's absolutely.
Yeah. See, no, they don't.
Now, despite all the amazing things we've talked about, there is a significant portion. Yes, amazing. Who made that noise, Eli? Amazing. There's a significant portion, nonetheless, of society that doesn't like the idea of sex bots, or at least certain elements of the idea. For example, earlier this year, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that would ban sex dolls and sex bots that resemble a child. It's called the Curbing Realistic Exploitative Electronic Pedophilic Robots Act, or Creeper Act.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Acronym.
That's clever.
Yeah, which means tax revenue paid for a very long meeting to come up with an acronym for pedophile fuckbots. But the point being, the philosophical question is, would the dolls be good for offering a sexual outlet for someone that might try to fuck a child otherwise, or would they be bad for possibly reinforcing that behavior?
Or should our comedy podcast drive a wide circle around that question so we can keep doing it? That's an option.
I have a follow-up question. What if you buy a child fuck doll but wait 18 years before you fuck it? Like, what then? Just the guy, some guy with Zeno's paradoxes in his hands and his dick in the other. He's like, I don't know what to do.
All right, 9, 13.5, 16 and 3/4. Oh, fuck.
Maybe I can move to Georgia and fuck it when it's 17.
Just got a bunch of sex dolls tilted down in your basement next to your wine, waiting out.
You go down there and spritz them with baby oil so they don't dry out.
Still needs a cork, which is weird.
See, this is why you don't get the TPE. That's the mid-range. That's cheap bullshit. See what's happening right there? That's a watermark. I'm going to look like an idiot at the party. All right, so one other big question about sex robots comes down to the issue of consent. One part of this argument revolves around the question of how a sex robot might encourage or discourage sexual assault of human beings. For example, the guy who created the Roxy doll ended up making a newer model called Frigid Farah.
Oh, Jesus.
And the problem is exactly what it sounds like. He programmed...
He has to pay an alimony? I don't...
He programmed Frigid Farah to be unhappy about physical contact because he's from New Jersey and therefore gross.
Yep. Didn't need to be told.
But again, the question is, does Farah cause more crime or less crime?
And maybe we skip this one also. See, I want to be Cecil's best friend, but he doesn't care for Eli. It's fun. It's fun and wacky here on Citation Needed. Let me tell you.
All right, so the other part of the consent argument, by the way, gets into the philosophy of being, actually. And this part is going to get super interesting at some point, honestly. If you've seen the movie Ex Machina, you know where I'm going with this. Great movie. And the question would be, how much sentience before we have to consider a robot to be deserving of certain human rights?
Tom goes, wow, I'm Tom, look at me. Scoop, scuba the doop. I'm money.
Eli's dancing. He's dancing. Look at him.
Look at me distract you.
Dancing.
Don't think about those questions we just made. You just press forward by 10 seconds. We're going to make some sex bot puns. We're going to make some sex bot puns.
All right. So, Heath, if you had to summarize what you've learned in one sentence, what would it be?
If we could disconnect our brains from our peenies, or maybe if we had women be in charge of stuff a bit more, we'd already be colonizing other galaxies.
Yeah.
But instead, we have face-off sex bots.
All right. And are you ready for the quiz?
I'm fucking ready for the quiz.
All right, Eli, you've been dying to change the subject.
Sure. Heath, you wrapped up our fun-loving fuck robot episode with the not at all controversial fields of the harm of simulated pedophilia and rape today.
Mm-hmm.
What's the topic of your next essay? Is it A, ethics in video game journalism? B, how many genders there are with special guest Richard Dawkins? Or C, how to eat Neapolitan ice cream?
It's secret answer D. I'm going to do this topic over and over and over until you cowards answer my serious questions.
All right, Heath, if you are unlucky with the ladies, a sex doll is certainly one option, but What other options are there for you? A, buy some clothes that fit. B, be interesting. C, wash your body often. Can't skip that one. D,
Exhausting.
seriously, just talk to a woman. Or E,
scary.
unless you're the kind of person seriously considering a fuck doll, in which case, don't.
Okay, I think it's F. Fuck that. Like, what if nobody wants to fuck you? What if you have like the cauliflower
That's
face?
on you.
What if
That
you
is
have,
100% of the time.
What if
That's
you have
on
the cauliflower face, like the Cher movie with the kid? Then
You find a Christian girl. That's
Rocky,
what they're
thank you.
for.
At least you can fuck a doll while you try to meet one of the 9 people cool enough to fuck you in the entire world. I think they're good.
All right, so I'll lighten it up. Which of the following robots is the most fuckable? A, Rosie the robot maid. B, Eve from WALL-E. Pretty hot, right? C, the Mars rover. Or D, Kellyanne Conway.
All right. Uterine wall-E is very tempting. But I think it might be E. Marco Rubio.
You are correct, sir. Nice. Well done. Rooting out a lot of secret answers this
Yeah,
week.
secret answers so far.
All right,
Killing
Heath.
it.
What do you call it when you're getting fisted in every available hole by a sex robot? A, molest world.
That's excellent.
B, a fistful of holler. C, punch your twicket. Or D, the Eli Bosnick story.
Yay!
Is it E. the singularity?
No.
No.
It is definitely molest world.
Okay, yeah. So just for the amount of editing he's going to have to do, I feel like Cecil was the winner even before he bested you with the question. So Cecil, you win. You get to take over as host. Actually, that's not right. But anyway, yeah. So you're
Tag,
win.
you're it. You get to do it next week. No, that's all you, buddy.
Fine. Okay. Now
Do something boring. Do something really boring.
Oh, don't worry. I've got something exciting in mind for you guys. All
I'm
right.
sure he'll mention the subject before the second half, though. That's for sure. Because he made fun of me about that. There's no way he would do that in his
I'll mention it.
after making fun of me.
No
for
way he would
saying
do
sex
that.
I'll
bots.
mention it.
Not until the second half.
All right. Well, for Cecil, Tom, Eli, and Heath, I'm Noah. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week, and by then, I'll be an expert on something else. Between now and then, you can hear more from Tom and Cecil on cognitive dissonance. But if that's too highbrow for you, you can also hear more from Heath, Eli, and me on Scathing Atheist, God Awful Movies, and The Skeptocrat. And if you'd like to help keep this show going, you can make a per episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod or leave a 5-star review everywhere you can. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, check out past episodes, connect with us on social media, or check the show notes, be sure to check out citationpod.com.
All right, there we go. All finished.
Gotta say, it looks pretty good.
It still feels like it's missing something.
Hair.
A penis.
Hair, I think it's hair.
What?
What?
A hair. I said hair.
You didn't say hair.
Nope. I said hair. I
What
have
else
a
rhymes
weird
with hair?
accent.
Hair on the penis?
2 votes.
That is the most elaborate mom joke I've ever read in my entire life.
I love that whole thing. I love that whole thing.
I do.
Most elaborate
Does your mom
jokes.
listen to the show?
Yep. Love it. Looking forward to that.
Does she really listen to the show?
Yeah, she really does.
Oh my God.
On speaker on her boat at her marina.
Hi, Heath's mom. Well, now I can't look her in the eye ever.
No.